Hey y'all, we are going to do Psalm chapter. See, I was trying to click things and I said it wrong. Psalm number 39 today. Psalm 39. It's funny because I know I wrote it the right way, but when I look at it in my computer, it's reversed. So it looks like Psalm P E, which is weird. All right, we are going to Psalm 39. Like I usually do, we're going to read straight through the Psalm, and then I want you to tell me what you think about it. What is it about? Is it happy? Is it sad? Does it start sad and end happy? Does it start happy and end sad?
Crazy.
Or even if you think, I thought it was funny when it said this. That's a good thing to point out too. We are going to read Psalm 39 together. Psalm 39 for the chief musician, for Jeduthun, Psalm of David. So this means these words here, for the chief musician, for Jeduthun. I don't even know what Jeduthun is, and a lot of people don't know what some of these words are. But the point is, it's Jeduthun is probably a melody or a rhythm or a type of song or an idea. And so the song leader and the chief musician would have the information they need. Really, what I think is interesting is just to know that this is one that David wrote. All right, so we are going to look at Psalm 39. I'll read it all the way through. I said, I will take heed to my ways, that I sin not with my tongue. I will keep my mouth with a bridle while the wicked is before me. I was dumb with silence. I held my peace even from good, and my sorrow was stirred. My heart was hot within me, and while I was musing, the fire kindled. Then spoke I with my tongue. Lord, make me to know my end, and the measure of my days, what it is. Let me to know how frail I am. Behold, you have made my days as handbreadths, and mine age is as nothing before you. Surely every man at his best estate is altogether vanity. Surely every man walks in a vain show. Surely they're all disquieted in vain. He heaps up riches and knows not who shall gather them. And now, Lord, what wait I for? My hope is in thee. Deliver me from all my transgressions. Make me not the reproach of the foolish. I was dumb. I opened not my mouth because you did it. Remove your stroke away from me. I am consumed by the blow of your hand. When you with rebukes do correct man for iniquity, you make his beauty to consume away like a moth. Surely every man is vanity. Hear my prayer, O Lord, and give ear unto my cry. Hold not your peace at my tears, for I am a stranger with thee, a sojourner, as all my fathers were. O spare me that I may recover strength before I go hence and be no more. All right, think about that a little bit. Think about that. What do you think about that psalm? Any thoughts?
Verses 5 and 6 reminded me of Ecclesiastes. It kept talking about vanity.
Vanity, yeah. I'll go ahead and mark that. Okay. It uses the word vanity here, and then it uses the word vain a couple other times, which is the same idea. Yeah?
There was something near the end about like him not wanting strength or something.
About what?
Him not. He didn't want. He somewhere after 12. Somewhere.
I'll read it then. Hear my prayer, O Lord, and give ear to my cry. Hold not your peace at my tears, for I am a stranger with you, a sojourner as all my fathers were. Oh, spare me that I may recover strength before I go hence and be no more. What part?
The
We'll tell you what, why don't you think about it a little bit, and if it pops into your head clearly, we'll chat about it in a second, okay? You just keep thinking. Any other thoughts about this psalm? What's the mood? What's it feel like? Yeah, Jordan?
well, I could say sad or like something like that.
I think that's a good word for it. I think that's a good word. Did you guys get the sad feelings?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does the psalm feel like it's kind of a psalm, or does it kind of feel like this? Like full of emotions.
It looks like tense. Like
Tense?
tense.
Yeah. I think that's kind of the way it is. Well, let's start looking at it, okay? This one isn't necessarily as easy. It's not talking about the sun or a tree. It's talking about David's feelings. And so we got to figure out what that means, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I said, so David was talking to himself, right? I will take heed to my ways that I sin not with my tongue. What does that mean? I will take heed.
Heed means like paying attention and being careful.
Yeah, pay attention or take care. I said I would take care to my ways that I wouldn't sin with my tongue. Have you ever sinned with your tongue?
Mm-hmm.
It usually looks like this, right? There's your tongue sticking out and you're saying all sorts of bad stuff. And so David was going to try to take care that he would not do this, right? I will keep my tongue with a bridle. What's a bridle? Do you remember?
Like it goes on a horse.
This is not the best horse in the world, but it's like the worst horse in the world, but you get the idea. So there's the bridle is this thing, and you have the bit and the bridle, it's got in its mouth, and you have the reins, right? And so this is what's controlling. You can use it to help direct the horse to where you want to go, right? He's going to keep his tongue with the bridle while the wicked is before me. He's going to try to control his tongue when?
While the wicked are around him.
What does it mean while the wicked are around him? Why does he need to keep his tongue under control when there's wicked people around?
They'll make him
So he doesn't get angry and say bad things.
Yeah. It's okay to get angry, but you got to take care. Well, now that I'm angry, what am I doing with my anger, right? What am I saying? And so David is going to take care that he doesn't sin with his tongue. And so I was dumb with silence. Does that mean that he was stupid?
No, dumb means he can't talk.
But he was quiet.
Yeah, like he can't speak.
Right.
Notice that a lot of words that mean somebody can't do something have turned now into meaning, like stupid, like
Right.
dumb and lame.
Yeah. Isn't that kind of sad?
Yeah.
If somebody can't speak, that's unfortunate. It's not a reason to make jokes about them. All right, so here he is. He is dumb. He is not speaking. I held my peace, even from good. I was quiet. I didn't say anything, even the good things. And now here we're going to start getting the emotions. So I'm going to underline these. My sorrow was stirred. My heart was hot within me. While I was musing or thinking, the fire kindled. What? What fire? In the fireplace?
No, the fire
And him.
his anger.
Yeah. Then I spoke with my tongue. So here's David. He is working really hard to be quiet and to not talk because he doesn't want to sin. What's going on inside?
There's a fire.
Is it easy to hold quiet when there's all these terrible things going on?
No.
Nope.
No, and so it's all starting to fire up. You got a flame inside him. And what does it feel like on the outside if the inside is hot and burning? Oh, man,
Yeah,
it's
hot.
gonna be sweating. Oh, this is gonna be uncomfortable, right? So then he speaks. So this is David in the top part of the psalm. This is David trying to hold his peace and to not say anything, okay? And then he's going to say something. And so here's the question. He was trying to hold his tongue when he was surrounded by what kind of people?
People.
The wicked, right? Now he's going to speak. Uh-oh. Are you nervous?
I am.
Think about it. Right? What's he gonna do to the wicked? Right? Uh-oh.
He's gonna explode at them.
Have you ever tried to do that? And I'm trying not to talk, and then you finally say it. And when you're done, you go, that was a really good thing. I'm glad that I yelled at them as loud as I could. Throwing stones is good. No! Let's see what David does. Big question is, he's trying to keep his mouth quiet around the wicked. Let's see who he talks to now. Then I spoke with my tongue, Lord, make me to know mine end. Wait, who's he talking to?
God.
He's talking to God. Are these going to be verses of him exploding at the enemy?
No.
No.
No. Is he exploding at God? Look at it. I don't think he's been holding it.
Asking for help.
Yeah, and the request, the asking for help, it might be loud, right? Like, ah! But if you're going to explode and yell, is it better to explode and yell at a younger brother or an older sister? Or is it better to cry out to God?
Cry out to God. Out to God.
This is pretty interesting, right? Lord, make me to know my end and the measure of my days, what it is. Let me to know how frail I am. Behold, you've made my days as handbreadths, and my age is as nothing before thee. What's he asking for? Make me to know my end and the measure of my days and how frail I am. And
Wants to know how long he's gonna live?
Yeah. And a handbreadth. Do you know what a handbreadth is?
No.
As long as your hand is.
Yeah, it doesn't work if your pinky is the size of a monster. There we go. All right, so there's your hand. And a handbreadth is this. It's the distance between your fingers like that, right? And so David says, my life is that big. Is that very big?
No.
Nope.
No.
If do you guys know that I have two little brothers? Well, they're not that little anymore.
No.
They're adults.
I knew you had brothers.
You know the idea. I have brothers. So if they're annoying me, I need to remember my life is only this long. So if they're annoying me about yogurt, I don't know. And my life is only this long. Should I get annoyed about the yogurt? Or just remember, Dan, you're only going to live this long. Why don't you enjoy yourself instead of getting angry about yogurt? I don't know if I ever had a yogurt fight, but kids are weird, right? Kids fight about weird stuff. And I was a kid. I don't think I still am, but I was a kid and I argued about dumb things. And David is saying, dear God, help me remember I'm not going to live forever. My age is as nothing before you. Make me to know my end. Isn't that humble?
Yeah.
Is David trying to say, here I am king?
No.
Mm-mm.
No. He is trying to say, here, oh, he has a beard. I forgot the beard. Here I am. I'm just a normal guy, right?
Yeah.
Not pride, but humility. That's what he's trying to understand. He was full of anger, and so he wanted to get some humility. Now he's going to say some of the vain things, okay? This is one of my favorite lines in the whole book of Psalms. Surely every man at his best estate is altogether vanity. Surely every man walks in a vain show. Surely they are disquieted in vain. He heaps up riches and knows not who shall gather them. I'll draw these on the back. So we have a man who's at his best estate. What does that sound like? A man who's at his best estate.
I think it means he's richest.
Yeah, richest and super awesomest. Okay, but this says the guy who is super awesomest is still what? Vanity.
Vain.
Everyone walks with a vain show. They're disquieted in vain. What does disquieted mean?
Labyrinth.
Loudified.
It means loudified, and it doesn't mean just noise coming out of your mouth. It's anger noise, okay?
Like yelling at someone.
Getting
how
upset.
silly they are.
So you could almost say they're getting upset. They're all upset in vain. He heaps up riches and doesn't know who shall gather them. All right, so now we get to draw a bunch of vain, proud people. That's kind of fun. All right. So you have somebody who's like this, and he's got cool hair, and he's got necklaces. Like, apparently that's a necklace. I don't know. And he's got complacent hands, like on his belly, and he's got a big fat belly because he's rich and he's been eating, and he has rings on his fingers, right? Rings on his fingers and bells on his toes. I don't know why he
Bells
does.
on his toes.
I don't know why he
Go
has
on.
bells on his toes, but he does have bells on his toes. That's a fun line. There's a bell. Ding ding ding. There's the bell. Okay. Rings on his fingers and bells on his toes, and he
He has bells on his shoes. If he's rich, he probably has shoes.
So he's very, very vain. This is him at his best estate. He has a belt. Whoa. He's got a belt. He has the most expensive brand shirt. See, it has the logo on it. The logo is called Logo. That's the expensive shirt. His haircut was cut so expensively it goes both directions.
He has a crown.
He has a crown above, right? So this is a man at his best estate. He is super cool. And David is saying, no, he's not. No, he's not. Do you think David could feel like that some days, though?
Yeah.
Because he's king? Everyone at his best estate is still just vanity. He walks in a vain show. He's walking down the street and he's got his arm, he's like swinging his arms, and he's got this vain mouth, and he's bald, and he's got his hands, and he's just strutting his stuff. He's like, yeah, look at me, I've got cowboy boots, and yeah, look, I am just awesome. He's got the boots, and he's just like Man, he's so big. He's got like a mega chin of power. And you know what? Is the show real?
No.
No.
The show ain't real.
No.
He's disquieted and vain. Now I'm going to make him angry. All right, let me erase his mouth. He's angry and he is yelling because the guy with the rings on his fingers stole his little cup of yogurt. Here's the yogurt cup, and he spilled yogurt all over his boot. And it's still just worthless. He heaps up riches and doesn't know who's going to get them. And so, Layla, you're right. There's a lot of similarities here with the book of Ecclesiastes. Did you know that David's son wrote Ecclesiastes?
Oh, interesting.
The guy who wrote this, well, no, not the guy who drew these weird pictures. The guy who wrote this psalm, his kid, he wasn't a kid when he wrote it, but his son wrote Ecclesiastes. So you can imagine that he learned from his dad. Yeah, Alice?
He's laughing about the yogurt.
Yeah. So we have here David. David was trying to keep quiet, and he finally just explodes. And does he explode yelling at an annoying older brother or sister? No.
At God.
No.
He kind of explodes. I don't know if it's at God or to God. And he's saying things that are true. What was that?
At to God sounds kind of like he's being angry at God, kind of.
Yeah.
Like,
it's kind
why
of a
did
curious
you
one
do
to
this?
think about. And so now here's his complaint about people, right? This is where he's talking about annoying people and how they're vain. And so now he says, and now, Lord, what wait I for? My hope is in thee. Do you see the difference? What do the vain people do? What do the vain people hope in? What do the vain people, they're yelling about yogurt and wearing rings and barefoot bell toes. And David says, no. What do I wait for? My hope is in thee. How do you connect what do I wait for with my hope is in thee? What does he mean wait for? And then he talks about hope. How do you connect those two ideas?
I think it's
Because he hopes in something that's going to come. And more like hope, like I know it's going to come, rather than I hope this happens.
Waiting for the
So
hope to
confident
come
hope.
through. Waiting for the hope to come true.
Waiting for the hope to come true. Yeah, I think that's a good connection. All right, let's keep reading. This is a neat moment right here in the middle. And now, O Lord, what wait I for? We might say today, what do I wait for? But he says, what wait I for? My hope is in thee. Deliver me from all my transgressions. Make me not the reproach of the foolish. I was dumb. I opened not my mouth because you did it. Was David, did he know that he had transgressions?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And why was he in reproach and why was he in trouble and transgressions? Because God did it. Does God punish us for our sin?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so was David saying, God, you shouldn't punish me. Is that what David's saying?
No.
No. David says, I was dumb. I opened not my mouth because you did it. Even if God is doing some punishments on David, David still remembers that God is his hope. Remove your stroke away from me. I am consumed by the blow of your hand. When you, with rebukes, do correct a man for iniquity, you make his beauty to be consumed away like a moth. Surely every man is vanity. Here, he's basically talking about God giving him a spanking. Remove your stroke, right? Getting struck. The blow of your hand. So here's David. And he's sad. Oh, that he's really sad, right? And there's his beard and his hair is a mess. And here comes the hand of God to give him a big spanking. Can you think of a time where David was punished and David had some hard times?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And here comes the hand of God. It happened. David didn't live perfectly. David knows about sin. And when God rebukes a person for their iniquity, he makes their beauty to be consumed away like a moth. So here's this man who has the expensive logo shirt, and he's got a belt. Well, I've got a belt. He's got the belt on. He's got rings on his fingers and bells on his toes, and he shall have yogurt that he stole from this dude. But what does God do when God strikes that man? Does it mean he literally goes on him?
No.
No, more like spiritually.
Yeah,
But no.
And his beauty is consumed away like, I don't know how to draw moths. That looks like a butterfly. But imagine here, these moths are coming in. They're flying in, right? And they're going to come in and they're going to eat up and they're going to eat holes in his shirt. Right? That's the idea. Is he beautiful now that he has holes in his shirt?
No.
And these are special moths that eat rings on fingers and eat up belts and toe bells, right? And they're eating up the hair on his head, and now he's going to go bald or just have a nasty smudge on his head because my thumb didn't erase it very well. See, that's the thing. God is going to come in, and he is going to take away the beauty that's vain because it's just vain.
It's
So what should
temporary.
we do to make ourselves beautiful? Should we get angry and fight about yogurt and wear fancy clothes?
No. No.
Let's see what we need to be like. Surely every man is vanity. Hear my prayer, O Lord, and give ear unto my cry. Hold not your peace at my tears. All right, hold not could be said, don't hold. Don't hold your peace at my tears. What does it mean to hold your peace?
Not yell.
Yeah. Don't hold back from my tears. So David is crying, right? And he wants God to hear him. Don't hold back at my crying. For I am a stranger with thee, a sojourner as all my fathers were. What does it mean that he's a stranger and a sojourner?
It means
He's not like God. He's not from where he is right now.
Yeah.
He's just passing through.
it doesn't mean he's like not like God.
Yeah. It's more about he is surrounded by people that he is not the same as. Have you ever felt that way? Have you ever felt alone in a crowd? David is saying, I'm just a passing stranger. I'm just a wandering stranger. I'm just a passing through. My home is all laid up somewhere beyond the blue, right?
Mm-hmm.
David is just a stranger. And can he get help from these people?
No.
Nope.
No. Now, he does get help from people. We know it's true. But in this psalm, where does he go for help?
God.
To God.
Mr. Dan,
Yes?
one of the verses reminded me of this world is not my home.
Yeah, I was saying the words to that song, this word is not my home. Because that's what it makes me think of. Oh, spare me that I may recover strength before I go hence and be no more. I think that This is the closing prayer. Sometimes you hear a closing prayer at the end of worship service. This is the closing prayer to the psalm. Hear me, listen to me, don't hold back. I am a stranger. I'm a sojourner. Spare me that I may recover strength before I go hence and be no more. Do these words sound like a proud, vain person? No. This is somebody who isn't trying to say, look at my cool Mr. Logo shirt. He's saying, God, I need you. So should we try to wear fancy bell toes and belt buckles to be beautiful?
No.
Nope.
What makes us beautiful is when we cry out to God. Does that make sense? Do you think God thinks we're more beautiful the more we ask for him for help? Yeah. All right, I'm going to read through the whole psalm again, and then we'll be done. All right, let me get through this. I said, I will take heed to my ways that I sin not with my tongue. I will keep my mouth with a bridle while a wicked is before me. I was dumb with silence. I held my peace even from good, and my sorrow was stirred, and my heart was hot within me. While I was musing, the fire kindled. Then spoke I with my tongue. Lord, make me to know my end, and the measure of my days, what it is, and let me know how frail I am. Behold, you have made my days as handbreadths, and mine age is as nothing before thee. Surely every man at his best estate is altogether vanity. Surely every man walks in a vain show. Surely they are disquieted in vain. He heaped up riches and knows not who shall gather them. And now, Lord, what wait I for? My hope is in thee. Deliver me from all my transgressions. Make me not the reproach of the foolish. I was dumb. I opened not my mouth because you did it. Remove your stroke away from me. I am consumed by the blow of your hand. When you with rebukes do correct a man for iniquity, you make his beauty to consume away like a moth. Surely every man is vanity. Hear my prayer, O Lord, and give ear to my cry. Hold not your peace at my tears, for I am a stranger with you, a sojourner, as all my fathers were. Oh, spare me that I may recover strength before I go hence and be no more. And some of you were saying something about this line, I am a stranger with you. I had not really thought about this line before, and I think that it's really interesting. David is a man after God's own heart. David knows God, but how did he feel when he was writing this psalm? Did he feel like he was super close with God? He didn't feel it, did he?
No.
Does that mean that God wasn't close with David?
No.
I don't think so. I think God still loves David, right?
Maybe he means like, I am a stranger to the people on the world along with God.
It could be. It's an interesting phrase. I might look at some other translations and think about it some more.
Okay.
I think it could be that he's a stranger among the people around him with God, or that he kind of feels strangery with God because he's been bad. This psalm's talking about that he has transgressions and he's a little bit upset. So maybe he feels that way. So this is important to think about. Did David love God? Yes.
Yes.
Was David a man after God's own heart?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did David always feel like he was super close with God?
Yes.
I don't think so. I think this psalm he says, I kind of feel like a stranger. Does that mean he's doomed?
No.
No.
But it's a real feeling that even David had. It might be a real feeling that I have had. I've had that feeling. Maybe you might have that feeling sometime. This is a good psalm for that feeling. And you can read it and you can pray it. And do you think God's going to say, nope, I don't want to be with you anymore?
No.
No, you know he's going to come and help. So Psalm 39 is a really helpful psalm about our feelings and our fears. All right. Well, I'm going to close with that. And I will talk to you guys later. Take care.
Bye.
Thanks, Mr. Dan.
Thank you, Mr. Dan.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.